Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. To live alone is the fate of all great souls. All truth passes through three stages. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently opposed. Third, it is accepted as being self-evident. It is difficult to find happiness within oneself, but it is impossible to find it anywhere else. Life swings like a pendulum backward and forward between pain and boredom. The two enemies of human happiness are pain and boredom. What people commonly call fate is mostly their own stupidity. A pessimist is an optimist in full possession of the facts. A man can be himself only so long as he is alone, and if he does not love solitude, he will not love freedom, for it is only when he is alone that he is really free. Mostly it is loss which teaches us about the worth of things. Great men are like eagles and build their nest on some lofty solitude. Just remember, once you're over the hill, you begin to pick up speed. Ordinary people merely think how they shall spend their time. A man of talent tries to use it. Every day is a little life. Every waking and rising, a little birth. Every fresh morning, a little youth. Every going to rest and sleep, a little death. Music is the answer to the mystery of life, the most profound of all the arts. It expresses the deepest thoughts of life. Every man takes the limits of his own field of vision for the limits of the world. Life is a constant process of dying. The more unintelligent a man is, the less mysterious existence seems to him. Patriotism is the passion of fools and the most foolish of passions. A high degree of intellect tends to make a man unsocial. The truth can wait, for it lives a long life. The greatest of follies is to sacrifice health for any other kind of happiness. Genius and madness have something in common. Both live in a world that is different from that which exists for everyone else. One should use common words to say uncommon things. Our life is a loan received from death, with sleep as the daily interest on this loan. A sense of humor is the only divine quality of man. Intellect is a magnitude of intensity, not a magnitude of extensity. The universe is a dream dreamed by a single dreamer, where all the dream characters dream too. After your death, you will be what you were before your birth. In their hearts, women think that it is men's business to earn money and theirs to spend it. There is only one inborn error, and that is the notion that we exist in order to be happy. To overcome difficulties is to experience the full delight of existence. To be alone is the fate of all great minds, a fate deplored at times, but still always chosen as the less grievous of two evils. Materialism is the philosophy of the subject who forgets to take account of himself. It is difficult to keep quiet if you have nothing to do. We seldom think of what we have, but always of what we lack. Therefore, rather than grateful, we are bitter. There is something in us that is wiser than our head. In reading, the mind is, in fact, only the playground of another's thoughts. To buy books would be a good thing if we also could buy the time to read them. Every child is in a way a genius, and every genius is in a way a child. He who does not enjoy solitude will not love freedom. The life of every individual is really always a tragedy, but gone through in detail, it has the character of a comedy. Common man is not concerned about the passage of time. The man of talent is driven by it. The safest way of not being very miserable is not to expect to be very happy. Reading is merely a surrogate for thinking for yourself. It means letting someone else direct your thoughts. I believe that when death closes our eyes, we shall awaken to a light, of which our sunlight is but the shadow. Men are the devils of the earth, and the animals are its tormented souls. Life is full of troubles and vexations, that one must either rise above it by means of corrected thoughts or leave it. Faith is like love. It does not let itself be forced. You must treat a work of art like a great man. Stand before it and wait patiently till it deigns to speak. Men are by nature merely indifferent to one another, but women are by nature enemies. The young should early be trained to bear being left alone, for it is a source of happiness and peace of mind. Reading is equivalent to thinking with someone else's head instead of with one's own. Man is never happy, but spends his whole life in striving after something which he thinks will make him so. Man is the only animal who causes pain to others with no other object than wanting to do so. Ignorance is degrading only when found in company with great riches. Satisfaction consists in freedom from pain, which is the positive element of life. There is no doubt that life is given us not to be enjoyed, but to be overcome, to be got over. History is the long, difficult, and confused dream of mankind. Console yourself by remembering that the world doesn't deserve your affection. The difficulty is to try and teach the multitude that something can be true and untrue at the same time. Hope is the confusion of the desire for a thing with its probability. A good supply of resignation is of the first importance in providing for the journey of life. He who has lost all hope has also lost all fear. The first 40 years of life give us the text. The next 30 supply the commentary on it. Life is short, and truth works far and lives long. Let us speak the truth. Journalists are like dogs. Whenever anything moves, they begin to bark. All our wanting comes from needs, thus we continuously suffer. The intellect teaches free will, free from suffering. In our monogamous part of the world, to marry means to have one's rights and double one's duties. Almost all of our sorrows spring out of our relations with other people. The wise have always said the same thing, and fools, who are the majority, have always done just the opposite. A man must have grown old and lived long in order to see how short life is. No one writes anything worth writing unless he writes entirely for the sake of his subject. How shall a man be proud when his conception is a crime, his birth a penalty, his life a labor, and death a necessity. There is a wide difference between the original thinker and the merely learned man. Before you take anything away, you must have something better to put in its place. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more.